Hearn has recently provided extensive and detailed insights into the reasoning behind Naoya Inoue's apparent targeting of Mirai model as his next opponent following his commanding victory over Raymond Cardenis, the charismatic matchroom boxing promoter, who serves as a model's representative, has offered a comprehensive breakdown of the various factors that make this potential matchup so compelling from both a competitive and legacy standpoint. Hearn explains that Inoue's team has carefully evaluated the super bantamweight landscape and identified Akhmadaliev as the most formidable and credible challenge remaining in the division, a fighter who presents unique stylistic problems that Inoue hasn't yet encountered during his dominant reign. This strategic targeting comes at a pivotal moment in Inoue's career as he looks to complete his undisputed championship run at 122 pounds before potentially moving up to test himself in the featherweight division, where even greater challenges and legacy-defining opportunities await. Hearn has passionately articulated that this potential showdown represents far more than just another routine title defense for Inoue, but rather a career-defining moment that would serve as the ultimate validation of his complete dominance over the super bantamweight division. The British promoter has emphasized how it models credentials as a former unified champion himself, with his only loss being a highly controversial split decision to Marlon Topples, make him uniquely qualified to test Inoue in ways that his previous opponents could not. Hearn has gone into great detail about the specific stylistic challenges that model presents, including his unorthodox southpaw stance, relentless forward pressure, and exceptional combination punching ability, all attributes that could potentially disrupt Inoue's rhythm and force him to adapt in ways we haven't seen before. This, according to Hearn, is precisely why Inoue's team is so keen on making this fight happen now, as they view it as the final piece of the puzzle in establishing Inoue's complete supremacy at 122 pounds. The veteran promoter has revealed that substantive discussions about this potential matchup have been taking place behind the scenes for some time with Inoue's team, demonstrating genuine enthusiasm for facing model as part of their comprehensive long-term strategy to cement Inoue's legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats. Hearn has provided fascinating insight into the thought process of Inoue's camp, noting that while some might perceive this as an unnecessarily risky fight, given Inoue's for pound-pound status and the limited financial upside compared to other options, the Japanese superstar has consistently pursued the toughest available challenges throughout his illustrious career. This potential matchup with Akhmadaliev, Hearn argues, perfectly aligns with that pattern of seeking out the most dangerous opponents available regardless of commercial considerations. Additionally, Hearn has highlighted how the current timing is particularly favorable from a promotional standpoint, with both fighters aligned to competing networks and promotional outfits that could facilitate rather than hinder the making of this compelling matchup. Hearn has been particularly eloquent in describing how this potential clash would capture the imagination of the global boxing community, pitting two of the most technically gifted and offensively brilliant fighters in the lower weight classes against each other in what promises to be a fascinating stylistic encounter, while acknowledging that Inoue would rightfully enter the fight as a significant favorite given his extraordinary skills and recent performances. Hearn has meticulously broken down the specific ways in which a model could make this a highly competitive and potentially dangerous fight for the champion. The promoter has focused particular attention on Akhmadaliev's underrated ability to cut off the ring effectively and deliver punishing combinations to both the head and body, as skills that could pose serious problems even for a fighter of Inoue's caliber. This, Hearn suggests, is exactly why Inoue seems so determined to pursue this particular matchup at this specific moment in his career, to demonstrate beyond any reasonable doubt that he can overcome every conceivable style and challenge that the super bantamweight division can present. From a broader business perspective, Hearn has offered a nuanced analysis of why this matchup makes sense for Inoue, despite potentially offering less financial reward than some other available options. The promoter has explained that while this may not represent Hinoue's most lucrative potential fight at this stage of his career, it serves a crucial purpose in building his legacy as one of the sport's true 4-pound greats. Hearn has articulated how Inoue's team appears to view this as an essential step in completing their mission at superb bantamweight before potentially moving up to pursue bigger money fights at featherweight against established champions like Luis Alberto Lopez or Ray Vargas. The timing, Hearn notes, is particularly fortuitous as both fighters are coming off impressive victories and appear to be at or near their physical primes, creating ideal conditions for what could be a defining fight for both men's careers. Hearn has also pointed out that the current boxing landscape with both fighters aligned to powerful promotional outfits and television platforms creates an unusually favorable environment for making this type of high-level matchup happen without the usual political obstacles that often derail such fights. Hearn has expressed considerable optimism that this compelling matchup could be finalized relatively quickly compared to many other high-profile fights in today's often fractured boxing landscape. The promoter has highlighted the mutual respect that exists between the two camps and their shared commitment to providing fans with the most competitive and entertaining fights possible as key factors that should help facilitate smooth negotiations. Hearn has revealed that several attractive venue options are already under consideration, with Japan naturally being the frontrunner, given Inoue's massive popularity in his home country, but other international locations are also being seriously discussed as potential hosts to maximize the fight's global appeal and commercial potential. The promoter has painted an exciting picture of what the fight week an event could look like, suggesting it has all the ingredients to become one of the most memorable boxing occasions of 2025, with two elite-level fighters putting their skills and reputations on the line in a true clash of styles. Regarding Inoue's most recent performance against Raymond Cardenas, Hearn has offered an insightful analysis of how that dominant victory actually helps build the case for an Akhmadaliev fight being the logical next step.